Hi, phenomenal people. I want to show you how to make a paper bag or a paper pouch today. This is a really fast and fun craft project for kids and adults. So if you don't have any cute or clever bags handy around the house, what will you do? You can make your very own paper bag. And so I want to show you all of these different designs that I have made, and this is just simply decorative or patterned paper. The possibilities with these paper bags, paper pouches are limitless. So just have fun, have lots of fun with these. These make nice jewelry holders, uh, money holders, just anything that you can imagine. These are really, really nice gifts that you can give out. They can be invitation card holders. You might want to put a wedding invitation in these. So let's go ahead, let's get started, and I will show you how I make mine. I came up with this project because I wanted some paper bags and I wanted it to be more fancy than the ones that are really popular that they're selling on the market now. And I said, I'll just use all of this decorative paper that I already have. And so this right here is the solution. And in the corner there, you can see some of the different decorative papers that they have. You can find these at your local craft store. Our local craft stores, the main ones that we have are Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and that's where I go for most of my crafts. So I went ahead and pre-cut this piece of paper down to the size that I wanted. And what I want to do is use my ruler so that I can actually mark where I want to put the flap on this bag. And that's what I'm doing here. I apologize that you can't see the whole video, but that's what I'm doing here. You can get the gist or the idea of what I'm doing here. And then once I've made my mark, I'll go ahead and fold that flap. It is about an inch or an inch and a half flap. You can make yours wider, of course, however wide that you want. Even if you want to make these as mini pouches for coins, jewelry, like I said before, the possibilities are endless. So once I fold that flap down, I want to use a burnisher, which I use the back end of those fancy scissors that I have. This works very well with a burnishing tool, but if you don't have one, use what you have. You can use the back of a ruler, the back of a pen, anything that's hard that you can get that nice crease on your paper with. And so once you've done that, you want to snip off those ends there, and then you have that rectangular flap right there in the middle. Came out very nice. And so what I'm doing here now is I'm measuring the center part of my paper bag, and I'm measuring how deep I want my scallop or the crest cut shape, the arc shape in the bag. And once I cut that out with my fancy scissors, it's going to have that nice professional look that paper bags come with. So you just trim that out. If you find your fancy scissors a little difficult to use, you can always use a sturdier piece of paper and put that on the back and cut it along with that shape there, and it should be a lot easier to trim off. There's some pencil marks there, so I'm gonna erase those off so those do not have the possibility of showing up. And now I'm ready to tape. I'm burnishing everything down again before I tape it down. What I'm going to be using is a double-sided Scotch tape. I like the Scotch brand because it's very, very sticky. And if you don't have one of those tape rolling tools, I don't remember the name of it exactly, but if you don't have one of those, I would really enjoy having one of those. But if you don't have one handy, you can always get you some double-sided tape. I preferably recommend Scotch brand because it's very durable, it's quality. And you get that tape as close to the edge as possible, because that's going to ensure that your paper bag or your pouch stays together. And there you go. So once that's done, you want to find your tracer tool. I simply use the top cap of my sequin holder. That's what I had available and that's what I use. So any rounded piece, even like a throwaway tape dispenser piece, that will work. Anything round will work for this. And so I use that on the corners and then I trim those excess pieces away. I like this look. It's very cute. And you can also make straight cuts for this. They don't all have to be round, just whatever your preference is. And that flap again is like about an inch or an inch and a half, but you can make yours deeper than that, have a bigger width, 2 inches, 3 inches, whatever your design calls for, however you make it. And then if you have any overlapping tape, you want to trim that off. Again, this Scotch tape is very sticky, and if you leave it out like that, it will stick to something. Something will stick to it because it's so sticky. Use your burnisher again to make sure that's nice and flat. And there you go. There's a nice seam there. The flap is holding it all together and it looks really cute. So once that part is done, you take your fancy scissors again. It is a tiny teeth-like pattern on these scissors, and they do have all kinds of different patterns on these scissors. Some of them come in a kit or you can buy them individually. I'd enjoy having that kit also. And there you go. If you have any ragged, jagged pieces left hanging, you can always go back and trim those off with some sharp scissors to make it look nice and neat. So now I want to decide what kind of decor that I want to use for this bag. This is going to be a simple, elegant bag that I use as a gift. I can put cards in here, bookmarks in here, money in here. I can put jewelry, or I can use these to even organize my craft studio and put in different craft supplies, felt sticks, buttons, colored pencils, anything that you want to put in these will work. So I chose a button, and I found these cute pack of vintage looking buttons at the thrift store. Well, of course, they don't lay flat. They have that thread loop in the back. So what you want to do is you take your scissors and you cut that off. It won't lay all the way flat, so this is what I do to use that. What I want to do is I want to take my punch tool, which is a small circle, and I'll use a decorative piece of paper. And normally I would use my clear Eileen craft glue or just any type of strong glue for this. I couldn't find my glue. I think I'm out, so I've got to get me some more. But you could possibly use tape. However, I don't recommend it. It's the, it's just not as good as using the glue. But what you would do is you would make your mark there, as I've done, and then you will use a small hole punch. So that button, that part that doesn't lay flat, it'll stick in that little hole there. And then you take your round piece of paper, you put some glue there, and then you stick it on the back of that button from the inside. And that makes it look so much more professional. But if tape is the only thing that you have, of course, use it. And hopefully that will work for the best. And so there you go. You have your paper bag. These are invitation card holders. These fancy ones here. They're gifts. But these will work as, you can even do them for birthday parties, party favors. You can put candy in them and then put these holders inside of a transparent plastic bag, tie a little ribbon on there, and they work perfect for birthday prep treats or party favors after the party is done. So there you have it. Very simple, very easy project. And just get really fancy with anything that you have in your craft studio, ribbons, anything that you have, and just have fun, enjoy yourself. These work great at parties, sleepovers, women's groups. Have fun. And thank you for watching this video.